All right, let's get into our guest speaker today. With this gentleman, he lives in South Carolina. Him and his lovely wife got a great team going on out there. And they're building tremendously in South Carolina, also up in Columbus. I remember in good old days, he would take his team from South Carolina and drive all the way up to the home office in Charlotte, North Carolina, Charlotte for him. I think it was about an hour and a half, a 2 hour drive for them. They would take a team up there once a month just to let them see the awe of the building and let them know they were real. Not only that, they could see and smell, touch the co-founders and other leaders. So, and then I remember going to South Carolina. Him and I would run from sun up to sundown. And you guys know I love to run. When I get to town, I want to run. I want to prospect. I want to go out there and talk to people. I want to get people. I've had people come to all the meetings I do, no matter where I go, because I love being in the field. And without further ado, from South Carolina Regional Director, the one and only Mr. Curtis Evans.
Well, hello, everyone. We wanted to just thank everybody. We're going to be short and sweet today, but I want you to pay really close attention because there's a lot of information going to be coming across here in the next few minutes. First of all, I want you to know that I'm here talking to you today because of a man at the plant that I worked at. I worked at a facility that made lawn tractors, and there's a security guard at this plant that was determined to get me to take a look at this business. And he didn't say I have to join it. He said he just wanted me to look at it. And he said you could make some real money. Now, I was making about 10 times what he was making at the time. So I was trying to figure out what he was talking about. I need to learn how to make some real money. I just got confused. I didn't understand what he was talking about. And so we had this consortium of companies inside of our town, and the personnel managers would meet every 3 or 4 months and go over how much we were paying per hour for different positions and all that. So when I looked at a job, I was looking at a job per hour, how much you can make per hour, how much you make per week, how much a person can make per year. That's how I saw things. When I went to the meeting because I told him one day to get him off my back. I told him, okay, I'll go to the meeting tonight. I didn't plan on going to the meeting tonight, but I told him I would be there. He told me where it was. When I came out of the building, he was leaning by my car. He was standing by my car. He was waiting for me. I said, "Oh my goodness, a meeting tonight." I said, "I got to run to the house." He said, "Well, this won't take long. It takes about 30 minutes." So I followed him around to the meeting. I saw a presentation and I did not understand it. Everything they talked about, I did not understand it. Okay. And they were talking something different, how much you can make per month. The numbers were just outrageous. Actually, they were kind of crazy that anybody anywhere in this world can make that kind of money. I did not sign up. I did not understand it. But a few months later, I was ready. Now, remember, hadn't he stood by my car, I would have knew nothing about the business. So I was ready. I contacted the guy that did the presentation. He put me in that guy's organization and I got started. And then he told me something magic. And Mr. Thomas just said it a minute ago. He said, this Saturday, we're all going to Florence, South Carolina, which is about an hour and a half from where I live. We're going to Florence, South Carolina. We want to meet you over at the restaurant. The restaurant, we're going to park there. We're going to leave about 6 o'clock in the morning. So 6 o'clock in the morning, Saturday morning, I was there. They were kind of shocked that I showed up, but I showed up. It was 4 or 5 of us. We got in the car and we drove to Florence, South Carolina. Had not I had gone to Florence, South Carolina, I would not be in multi-level marketing today. I promise you, because when I got there, I saw that people were making really, really, really good money. And so, it's something about seeing it yourself. And that's why I urge you to go to this meeting on Saturday, the meeting that Mr. Thomas talked about in your areas. And if you look in the back office, you'll find more meetings that are closer to you, but go to the meetings, okay? Because you need to be around people that believe what you believe, people that want more, don't know how to get it, but they want more. They can take a look at the business, and at the trainings on Saturday, they'll be able to take a look at what? The compensation plans. They'll be able to see how it works and why it works as well as it does. And sometimes they need to hear, now y'all won't believe this, but they need to hear from somebody besides you, okay? They need to hear from someone else. That's just the way our brains work. I know Lurleen, I know Darlene, I know they told me I would understand it, but I wouldn't believe it until someone else, Miss Catherine Williams or Mr. James Clark told me. When they told me, I said, oh, okay, it must be real. But when I got there, I saw not 4, 5, 6, 8 people. I saw lots of people. So I wasn't some odd guy getting into a business. So I want to urge everybody to get to the meeting if they can, Zoom it in if you can. But if you can't, try to physically go there. Now we have a convention in Orlando, and it's going to be a little earlier this year. It's going to be in September. So if you find a plane ticket down to Orlando, jump on the plane, go down, go to the convention, meet people. Some of these people you heard about, you just need to meet them. Just see them on stage and meet them. You got to be in the environment. And I'm not talking crazy talk here, because I'm telling you, every top money earner in our business goes to these conventions. No matter how much they make, they go to the conventions because they learn so much every time they go. They'll hear Mr. Thomas say something. They'll hear Gregory Williamson say something. They'll hear Harrison Mills say something. And they may not be speakers on the stage. It may be someone that's talking around the corner over a plate of food. So go to the conventions. It's very important. Now, when you get in this business, I want to point you to, now, all you guys are seasoned professionals. So I know most of you are ETLs. Okay, a lot of you have gotten past that. So I'm going to go to a sheet here, if I can share my screen. Now, you guys know me and this screen. So the sharing part is going to be the fun part. So here we go. And I'm going to share sound. I'm not sure if I need it yet, but I'm going to share this right here. Okay, I hope you got TV going in the background. I hope it's not too loud. Okay, let's go. All righty, can everybody see this? Okay, I think you can. If you can't, I'll pull it up a little bit more. Okay, let me see if I can get this up. Hold on a second, y'all. Just give me a second. Well, I hope you can see this. The positions on block number 7 and block number 7. Here we go. I see it now. Okay, block number 7. Down. Okay, these are positions. Now, when you first get into business, and I learned this from Kenny Trout at a convention in Dallas, Texas, okay? And he said, when you first get into business, work for your promotions, okay? Now, a lot of people say, we're working for residual. Yes, you are. I mean, just go knock out the 75 points. Get 8, 9, 10 people to get the vivid. They're going to be on it for a long time. You're going to get some money right now. And they're looking for a security service for their house. I mean, that's probably the simplest ones, because somebody at ACN is going to help them understand the product and sign them up. So you don't have to be a salesperson to do this, but get your points in the system. And as you do that, you're going to start getting promoted from a CQ all the way over to ETL. I would say share the business with 10 or 15 people, get 1 or 2 or 3 to get started, and share the business with them, go to ETL, and then you go to RC, and then you go to RD. Now, we know that the bonuses for our company starts at ETL as a $50 bonus. And what you want to create is an ETL factory. We're going to talk about that a little later. But as you create more ETLs, as you help more people become ETLs, you're also going to start creating RCs, regional coordinators. And these are people with 200 points. And your ultimate goal is not to get the SVP. That's a long way out, okay? It's there. There's a lot of money there, but your ultimate goal in this business is the first 4 positions. And when the top position in that first 4 is regional director. Inside of regional director, as a regional director, the bonuses there are $250 a pop. Okay, and I'll show you what that is later. So you want to be an RD. I want you to want to be an RD. If you had to set your sight on something, most of everybody on here, these ETLs, RCs, got some RDs on here, but set your sights to be an RD, because those retreats, those leadership retreats where you're going on a trip that the company takes care of. I mean, they take care of your plane flight, they take care of your food, your hotel, they take care of everything. You need to be one of these things right here, a regional director, and you need 2,500 open line points. Okay, so I urge everybody to work on this position right here. Okay, and we're going to talk about that just a little bit, from one of the co-founders, but I need you to understand where that is. If you get here and learn to do this, and this is not impossible. There's a lot of RDs on this call. You learn to do this and start to build a business inside of this environment, this thing here, you will be on your way to RVP, serious money. And as you learn that, you also fall into SVP, more and more money, and platinum is SVP, which is more better. But it all centers around RD, which is simply a lot of ETLs. So that's what you want to do. You want to understand the compensation plan. And it will not be real to you until you go to convention and shake some hands with some people that are already ETLs. Shake some hands with a lot of people that are RCs, and shake some hands and talk to some people that are RDs. Okay, and that's how you get there, because your belief level goes up. Your belief level goes up. It's something you say, well, maybe it works somewhere else, but it just don't seem to be working in my town. Or maybe everybody else's family is different than my family. Or maybe everybody's situation is different than my situation. You'll find doctors, cooks, dishwashers. You'll see people that sell shoes. You'll see everybody at that convention or at those meetings. In our area, we're going to be in Columbia, South Carolina on Saturday. We'll have a ton of people up there. And then Mr. Valentino is going to do his magic, like Mr. Thomas is going to do it in your area. I want you to get to one of these meetings, okay? Stop what you're doing. Tell some people no. That's how you get to a meeting. Tell them, if somebody says they have a flat tire, I can't go, I've got to go to Columbia tomorrow. They'll get somebody else to get the flat tire. They'll find somebody else to do this. They'll find somebody else to do that. So a lot of times you can't go because this happened and that happened and another thing happened. And if they do happen, ask them if they can get someone else to do it, because you got something planned. If they can't, I mean, it's your call. But that's how you get to meetings, and that's how you show other people how to get to meetings. The magic word of no, I got something to do, and then get to that meeting so you can get around these people. Okay, so that's what I wanted to show you this morning. Now I'm going to stop my share. I had a couple others here. Let's go share again.
The job market is changing faster than ever. According to a study by the World Economic Forum, nearly a quarter of all current professions will change in the next 5 years due to AI.
Half of entry-level white-collar jobs disappearing and 10 to 20% unemployment in the next 1 to 5 years.
The tech sector is already being hit, but this will spread to many other sectors of the labor economy.
Tech has already been hit, and other industries are just months away from massive cuts.
Even the CEOs of the largest AI companies in the United States are warning about the potential consequences.
CEO of an artificial intelligence company warns that AI is about to wipe out millions of jobs in the next few years, even calling it a bloodbath.
The effects of this labor revolution could bring significant consequences, potentially leading to unemployment rates never seen before.
It's not just tech. The CEO of a major AI company says could wipe out half of all the white-collar starter jobs, possibly causing unemployment to soar as high as 20%.
So how could AI eliminate nearly half of all white-collar jobs? The accelerated advancement of artificial intelligence is transforming the global job market in unprecedented ways. What was once limited to repetitive manual tasks or data processing has now evolved into tools capable of executing complex cognitive functions that were historically the responsibility of entry-level administrative workers.
Use cases for AI continue to grow. There is one industry leaning hard into the technology: customer support.
A report by McKinsey & Company estimated that generative AI could automate activities that currently represent between 60 and 70% of the working time in certain office occupations. The most vulnerable positions are those focused on routine information processing, rather than human judgment, empathy, or interpersonal skills. For example, in the customer service area, AI-powered chatbots already handle more than 85% of first-level support requests in large tech companies, up from 30% in 2020. Similarly, law firms are using tools like Casetext to conduct legal research and draft contracts in minutes, tasks that previously took a junior lawyer hours.
At a fraction of the cost of a human lawyer, Browder says he is able to use his software to help everyday Americans battle legal issues, such as traffic tickets and evictions. So far, he says his company has helped in more than 1.5 million cases and saved his clients millions of dollars.
A report by the World Economic Forum projected that by 2027, approximately 83 million jobs could be lost globally due to AI and automation. Most concerning is that the majority of eliminated jobs are entry-level or junior roles. Likewise, Goldman Sachs estimated that 300 million full-time jobs could be affected by generative AI, with a greater impact in developed economies due to their reliance on office work. In the U.S., the report identified that up to 46% of tasks performed by entry-level employees could be automated in the next decade. In concrete terms, if these projections are fulfilled, between 10 and 12 million entry-level office jobs could disappear in the U.S. alone, considering the current size of the administrative workforce. And the behavior of large companies in 2024 and 2025 reflects this transformation.
All right, the layoffs that are rippling through the tech industry aren't showing any signs of easing. IBM is the latest tech giant to do so. The company announced it will cut about 3,900 jobs, mainly in its IT services segment.
Companies like IBM, Deloitte, and Accenture have announced pauses or significant reductions in junior-level hiring. The CEO of IBM stated that the company planned to halt hiring in roles that could be replaced by AI, especially in human resources and administrative support. These roles represented about 26,000 employees within the company. Similarly, Accenture announced in its 2024 fiscal report the cut of 19,000 jobs, mainly among non-billable and entry-level staff, while increasing its investment in training and deploying generative AI. Even in sectors like finance and marketing, junior analysts are being replaced by AI tools that offer faster, cheaper, and more scalable solutions. The collapse of entry-level jobs has also affected internships and training programs, which have traditionally served as gateways to the professional market. According to the National Association of Colleges and Employers, the number of internship offers from Fortune 500 companies dropped by 22% between 2022 and 2024. In the tech sector, the decline was even greater, around 34%.
A blunt new warning for American workers. A tech CEO says artificial intelligence is about to wipe out millions of jobs.
This decline is directly related to the growing use of AI in internal processes. Companies are finding that young workers, once essential for tasks like transcription, data labeling, or content moderation, are no longer indispensable. As a result, fewer and fewer graduates gain the experience needed to advance to intermediate positions, creating bottlenecks in long-term professional development. In addition to eliminating jobs, AI is also contributing to wage stagnation in administrative roles. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, real wage growth in entry-level professional jobs fell by 1.8% in 2024, in contrast to a 2.4% increase across the overall economy. This stagnation is partly due to the oversupply of candidates competing for an ever-shrinking number of openings, as well as the corporate preference for AI-based solutions.
Many young people across the country are finding it difficult to find summertime work.
The labor market also posing a big challenge for young people looking for a summer job. A new report suggests there's been a steep decline in the number of temporary jobs available.
Economists also warn of a growing polarization of the labor market. While advanced technical and executive positions remain in high demand, and low-wage service jobs persist due to their physical or interpersonal nature, the middle tier, traditionally filled by young college graduates, is disappearing. AI is not only increasing human productivity, it is directly replacing it. Whereas previous waves of automation, such as spreadsheets, supported human work, generative AI can perform tasks from start to finish without human intervention.
And it reflects a troubling increase in businesses and companies opting to cut back human tasks in favor of technology.
A 2024 MIT study found that the adoption of AI led to a 19% drop in job postings involving repetitive cognitive tasks, while job postings for AI engineers and product managers rose by 11%. This asymmetry suggests that for every new job created in AI, 2 to 3 junior jobs disappear or are never posted. The disappearance of entry-level jobs poses considerable macroeconomic risks. These positions are essential for skill acquisition, upward mobility, and the renewal of human capital at intermediate and senior levels. Without them, the talent development pipeline could collapse, leading to a shortage of qualified personnel in key sectors within a decade. Moreover, rising unemployment among graduates could lead to a decline in consumer spending, higher default rates on student loans, and increased demand for public subsidies.
The unemployment rate for people between the ages of 22 and 27 with at least a bachelor's degree is consistently higher than the national rate.
All of which would put pressure on the broader economy. A projection from the Congressional Budget Office warned that if the current trend continues, student loan delinquency could rise from 7.8% to 12.5% by 2027. The emergence of artificial intelligence as a substitute for entry-level administrative work is one of the most disruptive forces in the modern labor market. While AI offers efficiency and cost savings for companies, it also threatens to dismantle the foundations of professional mobility for millions of workers.
At Economy Media, your opinion matters to us. Subscribe and let us know what you think in the comments below.
I urge everyone to to do what you got to do to get yourself promoted in this company before all this happens. And that is this year. So Al, that's all I have. I'm gonna turn the floor back over to you.